me, I admit nothing but my sadness that you're gone.
Такая халява.
Little bit cautious when you play versus Patch and he's not showing on the runes because he can hook. I would maybe give it, like, stay on the high ground here, so I see if he's on the high ground, or you can even stand even more passively on the high ground here. Till you see him, I wouldn't go for the rune, and when I see him bottom, I probably wouldn't go, just because he can have teammates. They're gonna like damage you and slow you more than you can deal to them. Your Spectre, they can like mask you and everything. I wouldn't be denying this creep immediately. It's just it gives you power of your lane. So when it's creep on the 2 denies, you shouldn't deny that creep, because once you hit it, he's gonna last hit it. So don't do that, just keep going. At least he's gonna take more damage if he tries to right click with you, because you will have one more creep alive. This can be cute as well. The range creeps are very important. Just based on his damage, like if you look at your damage, 53, he has 56. Might be possible to just queue it, to secure it. Again, go for the deny, it's nice to aim for it. You're gonna get right click one time, that's okay. Give yourself the right click creeps, I would say, just because you want to a little bit like shove it into them, just so you want to have like more creeps and stuff. I would say it's okay, but if you decide to just have equilibrium here, and it's probably okay too. Wouldn't mind that much. Just like to be faster for the reasons of people then can like throw spells at you and mess up your last hits. So I like last hits when I have them in front of me, because like to me, yes, they have patch, so maybe they can slow you and this guy can also slow you, but I wouldn't still mind to shove it into them when they give you that option. You can still kind of pull, whatever. I guess what, like, guess not last hitting creeps when Mars is away is also like nice idea, like having creeps here. Maybe even better one, yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's nicely looked here, but look at your lane. Like there's 2 creeps attacking the range creeps. You will need to solve this issue here super fast, like faster than having time to look here, kind of. So be cautious about this. Don't miss this range creep. He's gonna die very soon. 2 creeps are attacking him. You don't have much time. I hope you only like glimpsely look at it and then immediately run here, otherwise you're gonna miss this range creep. Okay. Oh, you went away, yeah, because you didn't pay attention to your lane, like what's going on, about like which creeps gonna hit which creeps. So now you like went for the deny because you saw this, and then you like naturally went back off to like not take damage, but yeah, it was incorrect decision. Here it's kind of weird. I don't know if you can kill him. I would still focus rather on like queuing the patch with intentions to hit the range creep, but okay. Just that they like Mars can always like cancel your aggression of one patch because he has these two spells and both of them will like stop you from hitting the patch. But okay, you saw him low HP, whatever. But yeah, it's not the natural thing to do. Range creeps, always. Yeah, like here, like if you want to be like super professional or whatever, maybe like instead like give up the creeps for now and just like right click the Mars to aggro the creeps on you or something like that, or like block the pathing for the Mars to queue the Kotal and stuff. Yeah, like Team Dota. But yeah, usually like in similar cases I do it like halfway. Like I like help them halfway if they are not, if they didn't play to my lane like properly. I help them only like halfly because they usually like mess up even more and stuff, and just it messes up with my CSs and all. But yeah, I would give up like one melee creep for helping him, no problem, probably. Yeah, I would do that. Like aggro the creeps, you know, try to help him so he survives. Okay, there's gonna be the range creep, right? So let's queue him. Nice. Nice. Okay. It's good. Oh wait, that was range creep. It's like I might even consider to put range creep under my tower, because I can in worst case always decide to queue the range creep and last hit it. But yeah, whatever. I like sometimes do that mistake too, that he like has the range to right click me because he like baits me that he doesn't have enough range. But yeah, I'm like working on it, and sometimes I just decided, well, if I queue it, like preempt, like even though that I think that he might not be able to get it, it's gonna be worth anyways, so I might as well do it. But yeah, yeah. So again, same scenario here. Perfect, nice. Like in 5 minute mark, I like to like shove it into them, just because I like this Kotal to take this bounty, and once he takes it, which he wants to do, he usually like is in this position, which means that now he has time to pull this towards here. So it's like cool idea to shove it into the enemies. Also, you will be like less enemies will be up against you in this moment, for the same reasons that they are trying to contest the bounties usually. So when you have this kind of power, I like to get every single creep by right clicking all of them, rather than for waiting for the enemy to come back from the rune to your lane and try to mess up your CS denies and stuff like that. I want to like like farm all, shove all, and make like double wave versus him in worst case, and in best case you get all the creeps and you get pulled the next wave, which is amazing. Yeah. So hit. Because what should have happened is like this should be 1v1 and this should be also 1v1, or or something like that. So that's why I'm saying like, oh, if this is 1v1 and the guy is like missing, then it's very good for me to, when he's missing, to last it everything and then like go for one deny or something. Like it's perfect because like this guy should have been here and he doesn't mess up with your last hits or denies, like, so it's amazing. So yeah. And if he's not here, I might as well shove it anyways, because like, yeah, like they are probably both here or something for some reason. So just shove it into them and you're gonna pull for yourself, even if your support dies. Get as much as possible, as fast as possible. Unnecessary Q, but okay. You're right clicking this, I like it. He went, I like the Mars did like the aggression thing, so you backed off to not take unnecessary damage. But yeah, like the goal of like right clicking the catapult was very cool. Whenever he was away. Creep, nice. This melee, but this is decent here. Yeah, like in this scenario, I know that there were creeps and stuff, so it felt like too aggressive to like right click the enemy through all the creeps, but you're Spectre and they don't deal that much damage to you since you have like high movement speed inside of your Q, so I would just right click like 1 or 2 times, 3 times the Mars, because he's casting spells on your teammate, so you will actually not get damaged, and also like this guy is here, right? So there's nothing threatening you. You have very high mobility inside your queue. So in this scenario, I would even go through creeps, just walk, 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 and just right click him a few times. He will take more damage than you actually, even if he has the passive. So yeah, it's small thing. It's just, you can look at it this way. Yes, there were creeps, but you can like count them as like power of, let's say, I don't know, 0.7 hero, and you were 1 versus 2 we were 2 versus 1, so it was 2 versus 1.7 over hero, so why not do it, right? Okay, shove this as fast as possible, just because you're 1v1 and you might be 1v2, and like soon if somebody like TPs and you want to like pull and farm even more, you have items to do so. So especially when he's like, he doesn't have his like spells yet, so it's very good to like right click, right click, right click before he reaches his spells, because his spells can again mess up with your last. And by like shoving and right clicking, I don't mean like to use Q like randomly, I just mean just right click, right click. Because if there's no need to use the Q, I wouldn't like use it. I would use it maybe for the range creeps, or when all creeps are low at the same time for some reason. But other than that, I would just right click, right click, right click. Okay, you go here. This is okay. Even though you could have done it even like being closer to your wave, just to get the one more experience. And yeah, and we are doing it only because Kotal is like somewhere away for some reason. You're standing here. I would still look at this lane, right? Because you won't even experience from this creep. And I would even consider, since this is stacked, I would actually consider to be here. It's better for you. So you will get more creeps here that will like die. This can be still farmed anytime you want, and it also like maybe enemies will get it if you're gonna be like you know, queuing it and stuff. I don't like it. I would just stand here and farm this, because I still feel kind of safe here being even here. Like I see Slark, like who else can like stop me and kill me? No one. Like, this Tinker gonna wanna be here? No, he wants to buy the travels. He wants to farm. So only guy that's gonna be here is Mars and Patch. Plus we even see Patch top, but yeah, so Mars and Patch, can you dodge them? Yes, because Patch doesn't have ulti, so you can always like queue away. So plus you're standing behind creeps, so farm this, farm all this, especially if you see Patch. I would definitely farm this. If I don't see Patch, I can aggro those creeps towards me, so I'm like further away from hooking him hooking me into tower. There's just more like more juicy creeps here. This, like, let it be, right? Like, if you kill creeps here, you will actually give the enemy their creeps, because their creeps will not die, because you made the power of neutral creeps weaker, which means their creeps will not die. So you're just giving enemies like farm of their creeps, plus sometimes if they contest it, you're giving farm of jungle creeps. I would rather take all this and let this be all denied. Yeah. Plus, if some of your creeps will survive, it will mean that your wave is not gonna meet here as usual, but it's gonna meet somewhere, I don't know, here. So it's not good placement for your creeps to be in perfect scenario. I'd rather farm 3 creeps on the lane. Okay. You didn't even like knew that like Mars went away and stuff, but still, even if he went away, I would be in lane and killing those creeps. This is good. Okay. Again, same scenario. Kind of like once you are like strong enough, like threats and stuff, you want to farm more than just a wave. Plus this guy is level 7, right? So he's threatening you with the ultimate. So once I will show actually this camera. Once you don't know if Patch is there or not. He can be here, no problem. So when this happens, actually like shove the wave immediately. Even ignore the range creeps if you want, and you want to like walk away from this area. You don't see Patch. I feel threatened by ultimate and Patch. By ultimate of Mars and Patch. Plus you can you farm jungle now? You can, because you have enough items to do so. So let's just not wait for next wave. That's like too slow farming, plus very dangerous. And so I would already like abandon. But if you decide to still stay, what you need to do is aggro the creeps towards your tower. You just want to have as much creeps alive as possible of yours and be as further from the hook as possible, like in your safe area. This is like too dangerous. This is at least a little bit safer, because in case they wanna like invade you, they need to like throw Mars ult very close to your tower. Tower is first of all hitting them, and second of all, your teammates can even TP behind them and stuff like that. But if you like do this, they will just throw arena here, and they will still, for example, not be in range of tower and stuff. Yeah, you're just giving them like easier arena and punch hook and everything. Plus, this is faster of like putting creeps under your tower. And since you have this high damage and items and Q, it's way like it's easier to last it under the tower than on level 1, right? So it's gonna be better. Plus it's faster. Now you can walk away, right? They showed those 2 heroes that threaten, they showed them in lane. I would walk away, but then I look at the minimap, right? To like evaluate the positions of every hero and everything, and I see, oh, look, there's Pagna, right? So I would actually turn and run into them. Could have done it a little bit sooner and stuff. Still like great campaign or whatever. You're farming this, yeah, I like the farming big camp, but then like, did you guys kill somebody here? What happened actually? So nobody died. Okay, this guy is low HP. So Mars is low HP, you know this, right? So since Mars is low HP, you can actually decide to maybe kill the next wave as well. But yeah, you see Kotal, I don't know. Yeah, so this is, I guess, okay. Yeah, you can have stacked it, like hit. Actually, there's a sentry, right? Oh yeah, there's a sentry out of the red box. So what I have done in 55, I would just like hit, and 55 I would put it here. It will stack the camp and it will pull this wave. Both things are amazing for you. Yeah, and they threw Mars ulti, so now I don't feel threatened, right? They threw Mars ulti. So yeah, if you pulled it, you would gain 1 more camp, you would gain some denies, you would gain just way more, and the wave would not meet here, but it would meet like either here or it would meet in the creeps here or whatever. So yeah, it's way better for farming. Plus, you can queue all the creeps anyways. You run away from the lane. I would probably still stay. because they don't have the Marsul, so they don't threaten you. And this guy is not even 6, so this is just waste of your farm. Because like it's cool that you're giving Keeper of the Light some farm, but it's not ideal. Like you are the carry one, and actually this is way juicier than taking small camp. It's not worth, like, yeah, it's way juicier to not give him this farm and just take it for yourself. Even though it's like 2 players being in the same lane, which I usually don't like, and I like to like split it. I don't like this. I would rather like you're the one that should be here. He's the one that should walk away. And it's just too much creeps. Like it's not that you're gonna get similar amount. Really, you're gonna get like 5 times lesser. You know, like way less than on the lane, which is not ideal. Just go here. Like fuck this guy. Now went. I don't know why I went back to like. So we're going back here. Let's evaluate. Well, Patch is not 6 yet, and this guy doesn't have the ultimate. So okay, you went back to the lane, I guess. Oh, you're not coming. Okay, walk away. Now I'd be like farming all this. Yeah, it's like it was messed up from the beginning, like the farming pattern of this thing. It needs to be like done in the first wave, like smartly done. Like it's like farming pattern, like not doing one camp here, backing, coming back, one camp here, coming back, and one camp here like that, like zigzagging, but just like do it like take this from Koto, then take this, then take this, then take this, then take this, something like that. Like it's too much wasting of time. Again, I would like super shove it. They have Mars ultimate, it's very dangerous. And just keep farming all this. So that would be my first intention, to farming all this, like all the lanes. And but then I look at the minimap and I see this bullshit, right? So you already shoved lane here, which is like good, even though it was dangerous. Like, but the let's say if it was 100% secured to kill those creeps without you dying, then it's like good intention, good outcome or whatever. So this is all done, right? So we don't have to solve this lane anymore for next 30 seconds. So what I would do if I see all this, like literally, like I have 2 options: to farm something or to do something. So we don't want to do something at all. We just like, our goal is to farm. This lane is not possible to be farmed, and then we can jungle, yes, but this gives us less farm. And look, there's free lane. So, and we have TP. And also we are Spectre, so we can anytime ult into other lanes as well anyways. So nobody's farming this. And your team is doing something on the map. Your team is doing something, so they will not like TP here. Plus, even if they like might TP here, you're the one that should TP there, because you are the one that should be farming. You're the one that should be shoving all lanes that people don't shove if they are safe to without, like, safe to do so without dying, because your team wants to make you space, so you need to make space for them to be able to make you space. Like, you need to allow them to do this aggression without losing towers and without losing farm on the map. So you need to take over the lanes that are free, so they can continue to do this. Otherwise they would TP it back to defend and stuff. So yeah, this is up to you. You need to do it as fast as possible. Should already be going here, TPing here. So Tinker showed, right? And we see that he has travels. So we know now that the goal of ours should be to shove lanes only as far as Tinker is not gonna damage us thanks to that. So our goal is to like shove it once it's like on our high ground or on the stairs or something like that, and that should be done in every single lane. Like you shouldn't like shove much forward. For example, you shouldn't ever with Spectre be here if Tinker is alive, because Tinker will just damage you and you will be forced to back off. It's just no point in that, and he's not losing anything while he's doing that because he can just travel. It doesn't cost him almost anything except like 1 TP, and it costs you valuable times where you can farm 100 gold, 200 gold, or yeah. Okay, apply some clarities. Okay, I'm going to this camp. Like when I do this, I usually look at the lane to see like what's going on here, like if he's shoving into us or not, like how much time do I have or not. I see that I still have some time, and based on that I sometimes like decide even go for the one creep in the entrance, but this is also cool. So I see this is shoving into us. We should be already here. Where are we? Where did we went? Farming this, and we're going here, but there's nothing to farm, right? And the Tinker already shoved this into us. So I would be trying to go to the mid. Yeah, okay, then now the Slark overextended because he like leaped into our territory. You might consider chasing him. Yeah, I would be chasing the Slark because he's out of position. He's like going into your area. It's worth to Q him. It even reveals him. You missed like 3 kill, but yeah, this is like the main line of doing things because it's in our high ground, right? The Tinker cannot like, oh, he doesn't have much. What the fuck? Yeah, so it's in area and it's like safe for us to do so. Yeah, because you're not losing the HPs or anything. So this is main line, but yeah, this was like exception. Just queue him when he was like here. When he pounced here, I would like queue him. It's worth of your time because even though you're not farming, like this is their core, so he's not farming as well. And who's benefiting like from this situation? In worst case, he's gonna survive, which is still okay for you because you're not farming, but he's not farming as well, and you're preventing him from farming. And yeah, in best case, which should happen, is that you're gonna kill him because he overextended like too much. He leaped into your area instead of running away and TPing. Okay, farm the jungle. Farm to your Koto. I kinda don't like it. I would be like farming to the places where your team isn't or where your team don't need to be. So I would be farming like this, let's say, but like then I would be this or like you can also do this wave or something like that. Just to be farming where your team isn't because Koto was here all the time anyways. You don't need to like walk. You can just protect mid. This is shaft anyways. Queuing this doesn't make much sense. Kill at least range creep. So you're not gonna get the experience with yeah, it's not good. It's not good to do this. Like you got 1 creep, lost 2, and didn't maybe you got experience, but it's just waste of the time. You don't have to do it. Like instead of doing this, what you can do is from here like take this camp, or from here like take this camp while you stacking the ancients if you want. But yeah, something like that. Like you don't have to queue the wave. This is already pushed. Let it push towards you so you don't lose some creeps. Okay, so you came back to the lane when they were shoving it into your tower, so defended it, got all creeps, didn't farm this camp for the reasons that you were forced to go mid, which is very good. Okay, you decided to go top, then decided to go mid. Yeah, Slark is top. It's reasonable to stay still mid. You don't want to like go into Slark plus Tinker. This is good, this is all good. Yeah. While I'm doing this, I would have my player's perspective upon the bottom for sure to know what is this guy doing. Look at this, right? If you looked on the minimap, right now you would ult. And it would kill the Tinker. You ult Diffusal or whatever, right click, and he would die, and it would be huge ult for you. It would make you space on the map a lot. Yeah, but you missed that chance. Plus, it would also show you like how Tinker is doing to see like if you are able to kill this wave before he TPs to some creep and denies you the wave through his march. Yeah, we're going further into the jungle. I don't like it at all because first of all Tinker is dead, so I aim to go here as fast as possible. Second of all, your team is fighting, so I would be still looking upon hunting in case they get something cool. And third of all, your team is fighting, so you are not much allowed to be jungling. You should either join them or be on lanes in most cases, especially if you're this strong, because they are doing something. So if they are fighting, they are either fighting like 5v4 and other lanes are not being farmed by the enemy. So at least you might as well like farm it because it's like the most farm and the most dangerous farm, so it's safe when they are fighting your team. Or they are fighting also like let's say 4 versus 4. In that case, again like this lane or this lane will be shoved into, so you need to shove up against them and anyways, like you need to do the aggression. And can you do it versus one hero? Of course you can. And if there are more players here or whatever, which they aren't, it's still like okay for you, right? You're gonna survive and these guys gonna kill people here. So no matter what, like aggression when your team is fighting, you need to do like the aggression things. You need to like shove lanes. You need to do the most aggressive thing possible when your team is fighting or being in aggressive areas. Yeah. Shoving, even taking their jungle camps, whatever, they are fighting. So either join, if you don't want to join because you cannot or whatever, you need to shove, always. So realized it, again like little bit delayed, but it's still good. Okay, now even if they've won or lost the fight, if your team lost the fight, now enemies cannot hit buildings. Why they cannot hit buildings? Because the first building they would hit would be the mid, but since the lane creeps are not there, they kind of cannot anymore, and they need to like wait next 30 seconds for the next creeps. This is fine. Taking bounties is cool. I would check the maybe rune there, but yeah. Good, you should have hit the small creep first. Yeah, this is all sharp, so it will hit perfect. You can even cut one more tree there, but since you're Spectre, I don't mind that much. Okay, this is good, you shoved it in because you don't feel scared of Tinker plus Tinker's dead, but this is bad, right? Look at this. Tinker is still dead, and a guy that threatens you to harass you out of the lanes is Tinker. Or let's say Mars with Blink or whatever, but plus a lot of players, but they are all here and stuff. So go here and shove this. Even here I would be shoving it because Tinker is dead. Very important. Yeah. Okay, you ulted there. We're taking right. Look at mate of what's happening. Because it's tight, right? He survives a long time, so he's looking there. Okay, we're going top. I wouldn't care about this camp. I would be going top immediately. Just for the reasons that we want to get the like aggressive farm first. So we want to get this and this. And do we care about Tinker? Not that much. We have the Blade Mail. So we can actually start even being in lanes. So we care only about like Slar going from this way. But in worst case, we still have TP, right? We have like Q, TP into trees or whatever. So yeah, I would be going towards here, farm all this. If I don't see Slark, I would be like walking like this towards this camp. And after this camp, I would be going this camp, this camp, this camp. And by the time there's gonna be 25 minutes and all's gonna reset and whatever happens, happens. We're gonna have more. This is okay, but it's a little bit too passive. See, like this is aggressive part. Plus, look at your team, right? Again, they are trying to fight, and you're not in the position of applying the pressure upon on the lanes and farming the most, which are lanes. So yeah, it's super passive. It's super passive approach, and I don't like it. Just be here, go here. It's not like they can kill you. They cannot. And you will be already in position of doing something while your team is fighting. Passive. This is too passive. Yeah, this is better than this, but okay. It's also like a little bit closer. So yeah, while you're farming, if you pay attention, but okay, here we go. Oh yeah, you pay attention, okay. Again, on the last like 2 creeps, the range creeps, like I know that my hero will lazy them 100%, so I just like A-click and let it be, and again I look on what's happening bottom, because it's like 3 versus 2 right now, so I'm really paying attention to the bottom. It's very important. Like you could have gotten all the fight around, like they are maybe even counting on you to press the spells. So yeah, like by looking at what to farm next, that's like mainline when nothing is happening. But when something is happening, the more important stuff is looking here. This is the most important and more important stuff. It's more important than laseting 2 creeps, because this can win you the game. 2 creeps can only make you win game like easier if people are like farming and doing nothing or whatever, like the efficiency, because like this is efficiency, this is Dota. So you need to look at here, like give up. Even if you mess up some creeps, I would still be looking rather than getting 2 more creeps. Like fuck two creeps, just look at here of what's happening. Like when I see this, I might decide to actually turn and kill those 2 supports. And then when this guy bounces me, by the way he cannot, but even if he could, like in worst case I can fight him and the bounce purges from me, then I just TP out. I would got 2 kills, like easy, and I would maybe even shove his lane or whatever. It's better than AFK farming full camp. Now you do it. You weren't paying attention to him, to them. Okay. When you do this, just check his mana always, like to know that he doesn't have mana to do stuff. Okay, you tip it away. You tip it because Tinker were alive. Like if Tinker was still dead, I would shove the bottom wave first, right? Because like what's the point of shoving bottom or top? Like it's no difference, except when you go to top you waste TP. So yeah, I would be like shoving bottom if Tinker was dead, but since he is alive, this is good. This is good. Little bit. Again, I would be heading towards some lane or to your teammates actually, because can you like your main position right now? Like you're aiming to like be at like on the opposite side of your team when you have ultimate, but since you don't have ultimate, yeah, I would be like coming to your team because you're very strong, and your team is already. This is very good. Perfect. Run at them. Even you can even run at them top. Yeah, a little bit too late. In lanes. Here again, I know that the Io Kotla are here or whatever. In my like it's hard to decide now, but I would be probably still the guy that shoves forward just because it's my job and they can do more aggressive stuff, and I have still TP to even help them if they do the aggressive stuff. Because if you go jungling again, it feels a little bit like too passive, and it forces your team to be still in lane and shove further. But you can do this job, like you can shove further, no problem, while they are fighting and stuff. So yeah, I would be the one that's on in lane. Especially when Io has ultimate, he can like relocate, and that means that they will relocate, and now nobody's farming the lane and you need to shove it. So I would be in lane. They are the ones that should leave. It's like awkward, yeah, you guys are like free on same lane because these two guys are not doing what they're supposed to. But still, this is your job, and I would say it's valuable for you to do it rather than the other guys. The other guys should make the space, should do the other stuff, and yeah, they have to relocate. Because of the relocate, I would really decide to rather shove further. Maybe their intention is to relocate anyways. So yeah, so just shove further. Okay, doing it. Now again, like check the camera even before your ultimate is ready. You should like check what's happening at the top a little bit to get some information, especially when you have free time to do so. Good. Yeah, there's Tinker, right? Run at him. He shouldn't be allowed to shove it into. Okay, we missed the opportunity to shove one more wave bottom, so now look at this wave, right? It's gonna shove into you because there are more creeps than you have. So it's gonna shove into you in the long process, and which we don't like. This could have been free farmed easily. And that way you wouldn't even have to give up this area, kind of, because you would have these creeps in their face on their tower, so it would be like safer to see the enemies coming from this side, and it would even force them to defend, which again would show you heroes here, which means you would be safe here. So yeah, but since you didn't shove this and you let Tinker do it, even though you're actually even way stronger than him, and in worst case you can Q blade mail and he will not do anything, you decided to like go mid, which gave up you this area, which is very valuable area. It's high ground and everything. It's in their territory. It protects your team to go to tier 2 tower and kill it if your heroes are still here. Yeah. Going for like now you have like two options. It's like you're very strong, right? I know like bounties, it's cool, but you know you can still keep it up and just go for some fightings. Let's look at your He doesn't have ulti. Okay, and then I a little bit understand this guy doesn't have ulti and your tie doesn't have ulti. So a little bit back off. But still, it would be way valuable if you like stayed in this area and just like if your teams are there and just like farm all this or like wait for them so they cannot farm it and stuff like that. But yeah, since you guys don't have ultis, you already gave up this lane to be shoved into them. Going back is reasonable. Wait for your team ulti and then do the aggressive plays. Uh, but while I'm going like here, I realizing like this guy is here, right? And this lane is not shoved. And I'm very strong. So while I'm like walking to the river, to the rune, I get it or whatever. And then I realize, oh, there's bounty. Okay, but you don't still have to take it. You can, but you don't have to. And you can walk all the way to the lane. You want to be like as much aggressive as possible. Like really, like you gave up this area, then do the second most aggressive thing you can do. Like get this side of the map, like their jungle, their outpost, and their lane. Like those are aggressive stuff. And I wouldn't be getting their outpost because it takes me too much time as Spectre, but your team can do that. If you're giving up this area, just get the second most aggressive stuff at least. This is like third. Yeah, this is very passive. This is just too passive. You're very strong and this is too passive. Yeah, give up, like, don't farm it, just go here. Like, I don't care that they're stinker, you are stronger than him, you can blight man. Okay, while you're going top, I will again check if you're looking at the fights, because that can lose or win you the game. So, we are here. Are you checking yeah, you're checking the fight a little bit, which is good. Again, like, you can even, like, shift, right-click the bounty, then shift right click to the lane, and while you have done it, you have free time to move on the minimap to look what's happening at the mid. So I would be constantly checking mid, right? Again, like, you have do you have anything to do right now? You kinda don't. You just a click here and it's all Gucci, right? So I have time to be checking this, no problem. It's very slow Dota. It's easy to watch them. You can queue this if you want. Keep an eye on this. I like it. Again, don't like give up some creeps here. Like fuck that. Just keep an eye on what's happening mid. Like lot of the times. Like missed some watchings. I like that you're watching, but yeah. Watch the important part when they like kill your time. It's not only when when you have time. Like give up one creep, but it's no problem. I saw Slark mid, right? Okay. Okay, I saw Slark mid again, so yeah, I would be going to the... Okay, this is okay. Even before you kill the jungle creeps here, I would be already into like shoving this. Only maybe fast forwarding. Again, watching the fight, right? Valuable. So here you have like wrong decision of where you should be ulting. Your main goal in every single fight is to kill the Tinkerer. So I would be always, when I ult, I would be ulting into the Tinkerer always and just trying to kill him. What you can do with this Tinkerer based on if he is E-Blade or not, like if he is E-Blade, I would just like ult into him and Manta and just try to hit. That's what I would do. If he blades, I would give him few times because I have like 3 seconds free time of not hitting him, and then I would abyssal him. So he cannot blink. Yeah. Once you kill the Tinkerer, then I would focus on either weak targets such as the Shadow Demon, or I would focus on Slug. Yeah, when he was hitting you here, you could have like blade mailed. That would escalate into him not like hitting you because he was low HP and everything, and he wouldn't get the 6 essentials, which are very essential. It was free to do so. Again, blade mail pressing, like Pudge has always like cast animation when he like blinks and ults, so it's sometimes possible to just blade mail when he blinks on you. He blinks and you press blade mail. Yeah, and a little bit like too aggressive here and stuff, because your spells and everything are not on cooldown, and the Slark already stole you some essentials, so it's like kind of awkward to do this. My first instinct would be to yeah, whatever, that's fine. It's like bad for you, but yeah. Also, you had a lot of gold, so maybe it was possible for you to buy items while you're like fighting or whatever, to have one more item. But maybe it would like win you the fight. While you're doing this, I wouldn't be doing only this, like I would also kill this first, like before the engine creeps I would kill this. Also keep sending illusions to farm places, like you have Radiance that's gonna kill a lot of units, just farm more efficiently. Keep the illusion, so let's fight again. There's something. Yeah, even here, right? Even here, there's still like possible to ult into Tinker, like at in some places. But yeah, if there's no Tinker, just Slark or weak heroes. When tight ult, like ravages, even before he ravages, like when he already has the animation, I would just ult, and that would escalate into me being in places way sooner. Like, for example, I would ult here, right? I see this position, and I don't know where is Tinker, so either I would ult immediately and ult into this guy to kill him for free, or I would find the Tinker, like if he's like somewhere out of the fountain, I would ult into him. And after this, I would ult into the Slark and have the Abyssal ready. So after he Qs, I would Abyssal him. This guy didn't even Q, like, that would be like amazing, because you can tell if he Q'd or not based on at the exact end of the Ravage. You can tell if the Slark is still stunned, it means that he didn't Q, and you can actually chain stun him and Abyssal him, and it would escalate into him dying. So instead of what you did was that you ulted, yes. You went for you went for anybody, and then if we here and go for Mars, let's say. You missed the opportunity to cast them spells. Backing off is very reasonable, it's smart. Chase is also okay on okay level, even though they had the defense mechanic of protecting him, it was reasonable. Yeah, again the illusion to cast to kill him. Yeah. Also, if he disrupts you, you should like turn off radiance. Like he disrupts, click radiance to turn off. It's like when he disrupts you, while you're inside the disruption, you one-click radiance. It will turn off. That's how it works with the shadow demon. You don't have to do it preemptively. You just do it after that, and it still works. You're hitting this. Why are we hitting this? Because Tinker is dead. It's okay, but this was kind of awkward. Like I would be walking into the patch rather immediately if I have like team behind me, and then I can like press the illusion cape and just go for the patch, like go behind him. So he needs to like turn, and when he turns, I just manta so he cannot ult, and that's gonna like kill him. If Slark jumps on me, I just blade mail and Q away. Rather than abyssing the patch, like abyssing tanky heroes is not very cool. Again, illusion, right? Illusion cape would be well. Ult, right? Like even the ult would save you from the Slark hitting you. Like illusion cape, right? Immediately, and I would ult. After I illusion caped, I ult. Because I want to get out of Slark. Like he can pounce me and everything. And what I will do is I will probably blink into this shadow demon. Just to get out of the Slark. Yeah, it's already using the abyssal patch. Also your team is like not here and stuff. This guy is not helping you and shit. So yeah, it's awkward. It's too late ultimate, too late illusion orb, wasted the abyssal, and also you could have like decided to at the beginning to back off, but it's hard choice, you know. It depends how much you trust yourself, your mechanic skills, and your teammates. Like if you want to like do it the safe route, just don't fight them 3 versus 5 or whatever, and it's gonna be good. 3 versus 4, or how it was. Yeah, 3 versus 4. It's okay, let's move on. So let's buy something, 7k gold, saving for wedding. The bad part about like dying and trying to like go 3v4 is that if it's not gonna work out, they're gonna get the Aegis. So that's actually the worst part about it. It's not that they can like push your towers. It's mainly that they can get Roche, and yeah, since you play versus Lark, it's also that you give him the essence shift stacks. So I would say maybe it's more reasonable when you play versus Slark to do everything more cautiously, because he's gonna like get something out of it for the future. Like they are not killing your towers, so everything was shoved into them, but still it's Lark, so he gets the essence shifts. So it's not that ideal to like try to go high ground, even though the Tinker was dead. But yeah, like it's up to you, like how you feel that you are powerful mechanically, and your teammates if they are near you and you can trust them and stuff. Pogna, like he was like mid, he didn't give a fuck, and yeah, you were basically like 2 players, and maybe he didn't even have ravage. Like it's also worth to check it before you go in, and yeah. And yeah, so instead like this, the more reasonable would be, even though Tinker was dead, to just kill the Aegis. That might be way more reasonable. So we got the Aegis. I like the items, you have registered. Tinker is top. Kill him immediately. Faster. Okay, fine. We'll fire versus the middle sectors. You can even decide to actually, like, before you go refresh orb, you can decide to go nullifier, just because it's gonna kill Tinker for certain. So Abyssal can only like stun him while he's in ghost form, so it takes longer time. Nullifier is like faster, it still gives you some damage and stuff. Both options are very like smart, but yeah.
I admit nothing but my sadness to God.
Or even nullifier instead of butter, like immediate, but again, both options are fine for me. Even though your goal is to kill Tinker and then to fight the Slark or weak targets as Shadow Demon. Like butter or nullifier, I know, like nullifier will immediately solve the Tinker, so maybe you can even go before the butter, but yeah. It's not the main like this item is not both that much, but yeah, versus Tinker it might be reasonable maybe to go it even before butter. Good. Okay, this is good. And now it's gonna be kill the Shadow Demon first, right? Shadow Demon, beating that, and then I would go for Slark, not for the Mars. Turn off your Radiance again. Again, this is kind of feels like passive item constantly.